Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we got some Joe news, right? And I always tell you, I roll with Joe. But in this one, you don't know who the hell I'm talking about, right? Joseph Parker, Joyce, both high in the WBO rankings. Joyce just coming off of a win against WBO number 2, Daniel Dubois. Joyce has a good resume now. He's only got about 13 fights, but you know, look at his resume. There's some things on there. People with 2 losses, people with 3, people with 1, right? It's pretty formidable things. You got Brian Jennings in there. You got Ustinov in there. You got Bermain Stavern in there. Now you got Danny Dubois in there. You know, it's enough stuff where in one sanctioning body, you should be formidable. Now, beating Dubois, who was ranked number 2, will give Joyce an argument here. Joseph Parker, his fight with Junior Fall has been pushed back. You know, Corona's pushing a lot of stuff back. Let's be real about it, guys. Let's not forget that we are in a pandemic. And I'm pretty sure, you know, a lot of people haven't forgotten because we're losing loved ones. And it's just, you know, it's getting closer and closer to you if you haven't contracted it already. You know, so it is an issue. And first of all, kudos, props, or whatever you want to say to the fighters that are still making weight. Especially the ones at the beginning of the pandemic. I was thinking when the pandemic started that if they're going to start boxing, you're going to have to put about 3 pounds on every weight division so they can make this weight, you know, given the circumstances. So let's just, I mean, we still got entertainment and guys are still making weight. That means they're really making more sacrifices than normal, guys. So props to all fighters for that. But Joseph Parker, you know, the fight was with Junior Fall. You know, it's been pushed back. We don't know when it's going to happen. Hopefully January, February. So then, you know, he can be right back up. Maybe he can get the number 2 spot because Joseph Parker's number 3 already. So it's basically a race to Alexander Usyk, who could possibly be fighting for the vacant title if Anthony Joshua vacates. All this is a lot of ifs. Anthony Joshua got to fight first and beat Kubrat Pulev, and then see what the sanction body is going to do with Deontay Wilder and your boy Tyson Fury. I'm going to tell you what my theory is. If Fury were to not fight Deontay Wilder or come through beating Deontay Wilder, then we're going to get, everybody's going to fall in line and we will get an undisputed fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. For some reason, that fight will happen if those things happen. Now, if Deontay Wilder comes out here and knocks out Tyson Fury and wins that fight, then all will be off. Trust me. Then all of a sudden, the mandatory, they're not going to move Usyk out the way. Then Usyk is going to, then Joshua is probably going to fight Usyk because then he's going to fight his mandatory because that undisputed won't be as important to him or to the boxing world. That's how I feel about that. It's just the way I'm watching it because I keep hearing Fury and Joshua for undisputed. When instead of like, hey, Joshua versus the winner from Fury and Deontay Wilder. You don't really hear that. When's the last time you heard that? Because that's what's really up. The winner between Fury and Wilder fights against Anthony Joshua. I'm sliding Kubrat Pulev right now, just assuming Anthony Joshua wins that. Then let's see if the same energy is there if Deontay Wilder wins. It won't be. But be that as it may, Joseph Parker and Joyce are going after this WBO vacant title, and I think they both have an argument here. I roll with Joseph Parker more than Joyce. I'm liking Joyce's story. He's proven me wrong. I was thinking he was a little bit too stiff to do things, but he is handling his business, and at some point, you got to respect what these people are doing. And Joyce is also something, and he had a good amateur career, and now he's doing well in the pros, and they moving him quick because he's 35 years old, so that's a good story as well. So at that point, may the best man win. Let's see who's going to get Alexander Usyk, or if that's even going to materialize. But I thought this was news. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. We up out of here, y'all.